Hi, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to bring you a basic gluten-free muffin recipe that I developed. It's sweetened with fruit, has very little oil in it, yet it's moist and tender and just lightly sweet. It's really good and a great foundation recipe for lots of variations. First, I'm going to tell you we're just making half the recipe today. You can get the full recipe online at my website. You'll see the link below. Okay, now I'm starting with my dry mix, and in here I have 5 ounces, which would be equivalent to 1 cup of a gluten-free flour blend that I've made up. Now, my blend does not have xanthan gum in there. I am not going to add xanthan gum to this because the recipe really doesn't need it. If your gluten-free blend has it in there, I think you're fine just to leave it alone with that. Okay, I've got 5 ounces or 1 cup of my gluten-free flour blend. In here I have a half of a tablespoon of baking powder, 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And all we want to do is just stir these together until they're combined. Now, it's helpful when you're making gluten-free baked goods to have all of your ingredients at room temperature. I have a little bit of a fix for you in case they're not. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is put together our sweetener. And our sweetener, for the most part, is chopped dates. Now you can use any dates you want, just whatever your favorite date is, chop it up fine. And right here we have 1/4 cup of chopped dates. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. You have a choice. I'm using just plain old cool tap water, and I'm going to pour it on there, and I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds to a minute until the dates are very mushy. If you don't want to use the microwave, use boiling water instead of tap water and just allow them to sit a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, I want you to see the dates that I have here. They've completely disintegrated. They're very mushy. I did not drain any liquid off. We want to leave that liquid, any that's left in there, to be a part of our liquid ingredients. Okay, so there's my dates combined with the 2 tablespoons of water. Now, I'm going to add to that 3/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce. We want it unsweetened, or else you're going to change the sweetener level, and you're going to be adding probably some sweetener that you really don't want in this. Okay, 3/4 cup of applesauce, unsweetened, 1 egg, lightly beaten. Okay, in this bowl I have a combination of 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I have extra virgin olive oil. It's a very light olive oil. If you're going to use that, you want to use something that does not have a strong flavor. Canola, whatever vegetable oil you like. 2 tablespoons of that, and 1 tablespoon milk of your choice. I have unsweetened almond milk in there. And then I have 1/2 tablespoon of ground flax or flax meal. And then to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we just want to combine this. Now, if your ingredients, your liquid ingredients, are not room temperature, if they're a little on the cool side, after you get this mixed up, you could pop this in the microwave for, I'd say no more than 15 seconds. You don't want it hot. You just want it to take the chill off of it. And so if you need to do that, now would be the time to do that. You can see this is blended quite well. So I'm just going to add this to my dry mixture and stir it up until it's good and smooth. Now, a thing that I do a little differently here is I want this batter to rest after it's mixed up. I do not have my oven preheated, which I would typically do with a baked good. But after I get this mixed up, I want this to rest. So after it's mixed up, I'm going to actually turn the oven on at that point preheat it to 375. And I'm using that preheat time as a bit of a timer in itself. And when the oven is actually preheated, then I'm going to scoop my batter into greased muffin tins, and this will make 8. And then I'm going to bake it for 18 to 20 minutes, again at 375. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. You can see it's not a real thick batter. It'll thicken up a little bit as it sits, and that's why we want it to rest and let these ingredients soak up some more of that moisture. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. And here are my pretty gluten-free muffins, sweetened with fruit, light with oil, yet they're moist and delicious. I'm going to allow those muffins to cool down in the pan on the rack for a good 10 minutes before I take them out of there. Let me urge you to try this recipe sometime. It's a great foundation recipe where you can change the flavorings, add fruit, add nuts, do all sorts of things with it because it does have a lot of variability to it. Check out my website, handmadeinoiowa.com, and also my blog, judiclee.com. This is Judy at Judi in the Kitchen. Have a great day.